And I think if we can kind of take that methodical approach, which ultimately our main representation is Christ, and that's what Jesus did. He just gave everything he had to what was right in front of him, and then he moved on. He didn't spread himself all over the place where he was kind of like half in, half out. And so on that particular day, they can pluck something out of it that will help them in their specific situation.
Gotcha. No, that's super dope. And it's funny you mentioned that, because I think one of the greatest examples of that was just like, you know, when Jesus was in the Garden of Gethsemane, like just before he got crucified, just before he got let off. Because the thing was with him was like, once he got the go ahead, because obviously he did not want to do it. Let's be clear. It's like, you know, Lord, if you could take this cup away from me, I'd really appreciate that. But then once he realized, or once God told him that, hey, this is the assignment, he locked into the assignment. At that point, everything else didn't matter. Even his pain, even the stuff he had to go through did not matter, because he had to compartmentalize the fact that this was the mission, and that through him, we would be free and free indeed in the eventuality of it all. So I think what you just said really...
Well, I just want to add one thing.
Sure.
If you think this stuff is scripted, okay, he just mentioned the Garden of Gethsemane. He hasn't even heard my verse, and I mentioned the Garden of Gethsemane in the 4th bar.
Are you serious?
100%.
But temptation made it hard to see them things in the Garden of Gethsemane, a bleeding king, okay?
So that's how God works. So if you're watching this and this is the first time that you've ever even entertained God, that's how real he is. He has not even heard my verse, but I mentioned the Garden of Gethsemane in my 4th bar. I have chills I'm shaking right now, because when he said that, I'm like, because I was stressed out that maybe I missed the assignment. And right when he said that, I'm like, no, Lord, when it comes from you, it's always on point. So unbelievable. That's real. That's as real as it gets.
Wow. Wow, that's what I would always call a God moment. That is a perfect example. Really?
I have chills right now.
I was looking at this song and finding production for it. Top Rank, before he passed away, he sent me a file of music that he was currently working on, and one of those beats really had a very 90s Mobb Deep, Hell on Earth album type vibe to it. Just this very gregarious kind of like vibe, and it gave me an opportunity to not only just get very lyrical and very like intricate on it like I love to do, but also speak to the things that I just spoke about as far as just being a freedom writer in all aspects. And not only that, but just also pinpointing the things that they have to deal with and they have to face that make kids feel like I don't see what my options are, because the future looks bleak, and I'm pointing these out too.
I'm in public schools being a light, giving kids freedom to write about those demons that lie within them, they're eaten alive and mistreated. It's why my ass at school